Let's take a closer look at some of the case's key components with Neama Rahmani. He's a former federal prosecutor and the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Good morning to you. Let's start there where he just touched on jury selection with a case that is this emotional and where essentially everyone has already weighed in. How difficult can jury selection be?
Key component in the case. This is similar to Derek Chauvin in the George Floyd case, in that almost everyone in the country has already seen the key evidence, the video in this case, and many of the prospective jurors have prejudged the evidence. So it's important for both prosecutors and the defense attorneys, for the three defendants here, to sort through those 1,000 jurors, 600 in the first wave, 400 in the second, and find a fair and impartial jury out there in Glynn County.
So, Neama, we've seen the video of the shooting. What other evidence do you think will be key in this case?
The defense in this case is going to come down to that Georgia statute, that citizen's arrest law. That's what those three defendants are going to argue, Travis and Gregory McMichael and Roddy Bryan, to say they lawfully stopped Ahmaud Arbery, and then when the struggle ensued over Travis's shotgun, they acted in self-defense, particularly Travis, in shooting him. Again, not saying I agree with that, but that's going to be the defense here in this case. It's going to focus entirely on that citizen's arrest law and Georgia's self-defense laws.
That citizen's arrest law is now gone off the books largely because of the Ahmaud Arbery case. What about the license plate? I know that is a key element to this case and whether or not it is allowed in court. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that Confederate license plate is going to be huge, particularly in the federal case where that race component is an element of the charge. There's a federal hate crime law, and the McMichaels are being charged under that law, as well as Roddy Bryan. Obviously, Georgia at the time had no state hate crime statute, but still state prosecutors want to get that in to show that racial animus, as well as those racial slurs that allegedly took place when Ahmaud Arbery was killed. And there's also alleged text messages that Travis McMichael had sent to others using racial slurs. So that's going to be critical in the federal case, but it will also be relevant in the state case that's underway.
All very good points. Neama Rahmani, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.